What is up? This is my 06 Tacoma pre-runner. I'm going to be going over all the mods I've got done to it. The truck doesn't have an insane amount of build modifications, you could say, done to it, but it's definitely got some cool mods that I really enjoy and that I really like. And I think the style video of going over these trucks is pretty cool. So I'm going to go over everything I've done to it. We're going to start at the front end because it's typically where you would start, and then we're going to work our way back, and then we'll go to the interior. All right. So these are the Raxium Axle Series switchback headlights. These things, I really enjoy them. They look very good. Now, these are probably the best headlight that matches the rest of the style of my truck, in my opinion. I think these things are awesome. Like, they are incredibly bright at nighttime, in the normal nighttime light mode, and in the bright lights. These things are crazy bright. You look like a 2026 truck coming down the road with these things on. And this is my grill. I think it's, where did I get this from? Shoot. I don't know where I got this from. Hold on. I got the grill from NP Motorsports. They sell some Tacoma stuff, not a crazy amount, but this is a grill they have. These lights for the grill are also from them. You can order this with the grill. And so are the letters. They don't come white, they come like a dark gray color, but I paint matched them. It just looks so much better than the gray. It kind of gives the grill a little bit more character, in my opinion, too. And these fog lights, these are also the Raxium Axle Series fog lights. I do notice the DRL, I don't know if you can tell in the video, is a little bit brighter than the DRL in the headlights, even though they're the same brand. It's kind of annoying. You can really notice it like at like dusk. You can really notice it, and it's kind of annoying when you notice it, but like people going on the road, they're probably not going to notice it. They're just going to look at it and just think it's completely normal. I kind of want to get a steel bumper for the front. I don't know 100% if I want to do that though. I think the truck needs to be lifted and have bigger tires to do that in order for the front bumper to look good. This is the bumper here that I want to get, but I think it needs a lift and bigger tires in order for the bumper to look good, in my opinion, I think. I got a black bullet antenna right here. This is just from Amazon. It was like 25 bucks. Usually, these short antennas are crap. Usually they are super bad, and they don't, like, the signal you get on your radio is super staticky, but this one here, it's like the stock factory antenna. It is perfect. You would never notice you had a like aftermarket antenna on here. You would think you had the factory one on there. This thing is super clear, and it's very good for it's very, very good for the money. It's like 25 bucks. All right, so now we're gonna move on to the wheels and tires, or rims and tires. I think they're not wheels. This whole thing is a wheel. This is a rim. If you think otherwise, you're wrong. This is not a wheel. With the rim and tire, that's a wheel. Okay. If you say otherwise, you're just wrong. Okay, anyways, now that we got past that. These are the Falcon Wild Peak AT4s. I got these about almost 10,000 miles ago. Probably about 8,000 miles ago. I love them. They're honestly pretty good. They have a little bit of road noise, which you don't really notice if you have the radio on. But if you have the windows up, you can kind of hear it. And I kind of like a little bit of noise coming from the tires. Not like mud grap loud. I think that's a little too loud for tires, but you do kind of, it's definitely louder than like a highway tire. But I mean, if you got the radio on, the AC on, blowing, you don't hear it. So like, it's basically a highway tire in terms of noise once you add all those things into it. And you might think I got aftermarket rims. These are stock Tacoma rims. They're just painted black. They look awesome, honestly. I do really want to lift this truck and get some different rims and tires, but that'll be something we do in the future, hopefully. Cross your fingers. Now we're gonna go into here, this compartment here. So these shocks, they're the Bilstein 5100s, and these shocks actually adjust. Let me see how well you guys can see. I'm having a hard time, hold on. There you go, there's a ring. See that ring? When you adjust that ring, you adjust the ride height. And I have these shocks adjusted at 1 inch high, just 1 inch up higher in the front. and it's very, very close to level. It's like, I think it's like half an inch off from being level. So you don't really notice it, but it definitely looks so much better than stock. I also forgot to mention, I have 1.5 inch KSP, I have 1.5 inch KN. I also forgot to mention with the rims and tires, I have 1.5 inch KSP hub-centric wheel spacers right here. This gives the truck some poke. You can see it on the rear. It's got a little bit of poke. It's a nice amount of poke with these stock rims because I think this is like a 0 offset or something. So it sits perfectly flush stock. But with this, gives it a little bit poke. One problem is I did have to trim my mud flap because I was rubbing. Only on this side though. Over here, I don't rub at all. It's so weird. But I didn't have to trim nothing there. But I did on the other side, but it's okay. You don't really notice it. I also trimmed the stock mud flaps just to make them shorter, just because like stock mud flaps, I mean, they go down to like here. I mean, they like drag the ground. They're so big. So I've got about, I don't know, 4.5 inches of flap in the front. And then I've got about 3 inches of flap in the rear. I think that's like a very good, it's shorter in the rear because you don't really need much of a flap in the rear because there's just less space for stuff to get thrown than up front. And when I do go in mud, the mud, it does start about here and it just slowly, gradually goes up the door. All right, moving on to the rear of the truck. These are the Tacoma Beast taillights. I really like them. They're like $150 or something like that. In the daytime, the DRL here does not glow that much. I mean, it looks pink right now, but at nighttime, these things glow bright red. They're actually awesome. For the license plate lights, these are aftermarket. These are the Amazon specials. I'll get you all a little bit closer so you can see these. They've got these red LED strips, and then they got the actual light right here. These things are like crazy bright. I probably have a picture of these at night. They're so bright. It's like literally crazy. And you're probably asking yourself, why has it got light bars back here? Shouldn't light bars mainly be in the front? Let me show y'all something real quick. Ta-da! They're reverse lights. So what I did, I just tied these in to the reverse light on the Tacoma Beast taillights, and because these things, I just got a factory halogens in there. I didn't buy a LED bulb. So I got these on Amazon for literally like $13. These are like I think they're like 6-inch nightlight light bars. They're like 13 bucks. These things are like so bright at night. When I'm reversing, it would literally blind you if you looked at them at nighttime. They're so bright. This is also an aftermarket third brake light. This is also the Raxium Axle Series third brake light. Got this off of Extreme Terrain. This is the one with the black housing. And this thing, let me go hit my brakes real quick. That's pretty bright. This thing, it's honestly a pretty niche mod. Like, you don't really think about a third brake light being aftermarket, but this thing, solid. It ties the whole rear together, making it black, just like all the other accents on my truck. I really enjoy it. To wrap up the exterior of the truck, whole thing 100% is repainted, except for the door jambs. This truck's paint when we bought it was so bad. Like, there was overspray of paint on the like gaskets for the fenders. Painting the exterior was just honestly super bad, like in general. I needed a new front bumper. I needed a new rear bumper. The rear bumper was super rusty and was chipped really bad. I think the front bumper was chipped pretty bad too. So my dad's an automotive painter, so we just repainted the truck. It took like 2 months, start to finish, slowly painting stuff. But the truck is literally brand new on the outside. in terms of quality. This is like factory quality. Not to mention Toyota's factory white paint is super bad. Like, it's terrible. It'll flake, it'll chip, it'll fade. Like, Toyota's factory white paint for some reason is just super bad. I know Chevy white paint is the same exact way. I don't know what it is about white paint in trucks, but it's just not good from the factory. So doing this is honestly a huge long-term investment. For the exterior, I'm going to have to hold my camera the whole time because you can't really put a tripod in here. So first off, you look in here, you immediately notice the massive screen. This is some Chinese, I think it's from O-Motor, Apple CarPlay. This thing is honestly awesome. I've had it for about 8 months. I've had no issues with it. Now, the only issue, this is probably with all Apple CarPlays, but when there's like more than one phone in the truck, it tries to connect to both phones at the same time, and it doesn't really connect, like at all, because it's just battling between the two Bluetooth connections. It just doesn't connect. This is a Walmart steering wheel cover. I think it's a Dickies one. Yep, that's what it is. I mean, I like it. It's not super bulky, but it's definitely bulkier than the normal factory steering wheel. But it feels very good in your hands. It's not crazy big. I do have big hands, but it feels really nice. I want to get a aftermarket shifter, but they're like $100, so that will definitely have to wait. These are Carhartt seat covers off Amazon. They come very wrinkly, but once you sit in them for about a month, especially if it's in the summertime, these things flatten straight out. And I've also got these Amazon gun rack holders because I hunt. So these are very helpful for, you know, holding your guns. So you can put other stuff in the seat. You don't got to put guns on top of stuff or on top of stuff. They might fall. They might get damaged from being underneath stuff. So these are really nice. Just put them in there. These ones also got pockets and then shell holders. I usually don't put nothing in them though. Ooh, it's a little dirty. Pollen season. I'm gonna clean under here since I got the truck back when I got a little scratch on it. Anyways, S&B intake. Does it add any power? Not noticeable power, definitely. So I'm gonna turn the truck on, and before I do that, actually, I'm gonna go over one more mod that's in the rear that I forgot to do. Okay. We got the Flowmaster Flow Effects Catback exhaust. I've had this for almost a year. This thing is freaking sick. Now, what I wish I would have done is have been smart, went to a muffler shop, got True Duals, and then put these mufflers on the True Duals, because this thing would be so loud. True Dual with the Flow Effects muffler, that it would be very, 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 very loud. But I like very, very, very loud. And right now it's kind of quiet, low key, but we've got bigger fish to fry at this truck, like a lift. I would much rather have my truck lifted than louder than it already is, because it already sounds, it's got a very nice tone to it. I think this is a 3-inch tip. I might get a 4-inch tip because paint is chipping on this one. Right there, as you can see, I saw that in reviews that it was probably going to do that. It's not a huge deal, but I might get a 4-inch gloss tip because I mean, it just look freaking sick. Like a bigger tip, be a little louder too, better tone. So I'm going to turn this on and we're going to do sound clips of the intake because it's actually like really way, way louder than stock. And then we will do sound clips of my exhaust. Actually, we don't need to do sound clips of my exhaust. I have tons of exhaust videos. Show you all this intake. Hopefully you guys can hear that. I'm gonna go back and look at the video and make sure you can hear it. All right, I just looked at the back of the video. Y'all can hear this thing amazingly. I think that's it. I'm gonna walk back over my truck, make sure I did not forget nothing, because there's always a chance I did. So I'm gonna look back over the truck and make sure I didn't miss nothing. But if we didn't miss nothing, then we're just doing an outro. Okay, that's gonna wrap up the video. we got everything covered on this truck. Still more to come, hopefully. Hopefully we lift it, put that bumper on. Maybe true duals, I don't know. That's gonna be a lot of money to do true duals, especially after lifting, getting new tires and stuff. But it's gonna wrap up this build video. Hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. I love talking about my truck to other people. I'm just very passionate about my truck, because it's my first truck. And when I bought the truck, I wasn't really into building trucks, wasn't really into trucks at all. And then we repainted it, and I just started adding some stuff, and I was like, wait, this is actually fun. The truck looks really good. So I just kept adding more and more stuff, and then it got more and more fun. So I was like, shoot, let me keep doing this. So hopefully we add more stuff to the truck in the future. But hopefully I do more videos, long form videos like this on the channel. I'm really hoping to, because I just like recording stuff too. Guess I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.